Ladies and gentlemen, if you clicked on this video with the hope of getting better at chess, then you've come to the right place. Also, if you've come here for some entertainment that is somewhat chess related, you've also come to the right place, because I'm going to be giving you a 2-for-1 in this video, giving you some education and some entertainment, because we're going over the Raid and Climb series, my own Raid and Climb series. This is where I document the ups, the downs, and everything in between of my online Raid and Climb journey, and we'll be laughing at the bad moves and also crying, and we'll just be having a great time. Thank you all for joining me today for the video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and let us get started with the video right now. Here is the first game. Now, if you've been watching the channel and these Raid and Climb videos, you know that I have dropped a little bit in my, I'm just gonna move my chair. You know that I have dropped a little bit in my rating. It's now down to 1080, so pretty low rating. Here we go. I'm playing with white pieces. I just played this game today, and like I said, this video will be documenting both the good and the bad, and everything in between, if there is such a thing. D4, D5. I'm playing with the white pieces. My opponent he took a long time and played E5. This is the England Gambit. I don't know if they knew what this was. He goes bishop c5. Okay. When I started this video, before I started it, I really did not want to show this game because I was so embarrassed about how bad I played. Just if that gives you any indication, I was so in this game. The other game was fine, but for some reason this was the first game I played today. I was just off, like tactically. I don't know what happened. It was so bad. And you'll see. Knight to f3, d6. Now, at first, it's fine. But my opponent, I take on d6. And at this point, okay, I'm like, whatever. My opponent goes knight to e7. At this point, I'm like, oh my goodness, what a dummy. I mean, he just, what's he doing? And I cannot believe I fell for this. I am so embarrassed looking at this game and just talking about these moves that I played because they were so bad. But I hope that talking about them and showing you this game just gives you some encouragement about yourself, even though this was really bad for me. Hopefully gives you a little bit of encouragement, showing you that everybody has days like this where you play like you're still 400. So I just hope that this brings you some encouragement, because it really did not bring me any, but this is the whole point of the Raid and Climb. It's to show you everything, the good, the wins, the losses, and everything. So I gotta be honest with y'all. Knight to e7, and I took. And I took, which is really bad because they hit me with this. And that's not good. That's not good, because we have this. I have two pieces for a queen, but it's not good. I do not know what came over me. I do not know what happened. I have no idea why I did this. And here I'm like, okay, so I really need to keep all my pieces together because now I'm down a queen for two pieces, but I go knight to d2. And they take on c2. Now I have e4. At this point I'm thinking, okay, every piece stays together. We do not trade for as long as we can, okay? Queen c5 check. Here I thought for a long time, played king to e1. This is like one of the only moves I saw that really worked. Queen takes e7. Now we have bishop to d3, just providing some more support for that pawn. They castle. I'm really jealous because I can't castle. I go rook to f1. They go bishop g4. I'm thinking I'm not going to castle. Knight to d4. They go knight to c6. I could have gone a lot of places. I went knight 4 b3. Although, also, if you're wondering what that means, both of these knights, because they're on the same file, both of these knights can go there, and they're on the same file. So you write the rank that they came from. So this is the 4th rank here. This is the 2nd rank. So you'd write knight 4. This is if you're in a tournament, you have to write the moves. Knight 4 to b3. And this would be knight 2 to b3. Anyway, I played knight 4 to b3. Looking back here, I could have gone knight to b5, but, and they go bishop to e6, and I'm like, okay, I have to trade. It's too bad. I go knight to f3. and we trade. And now they go rook a d8, which is, it's whatever. I go king to e2. Knight d4 check. I have to trade. This is one of the most annoying things ever. I was very convinced that my opponent was cheating because I was like, okay, whatever. At this point, I'm like, they could have just been a good player. It pains me to say that they were a good player, but could be true. Knight takes, rook takes, obviously the only thing I could do. Bishop to d3, rook back to d7. I was looking at a couple things actually. So the one thing I was looking at was, the main thing I was looking at was, first of all, I can take the pawn on a7. Probably not a very good move though, because they can hit me with something with this in the center with the rook and the queen. So I played rook fc1, and the reason for that is I wanted, it's kind of dumb. I wanted this, whatever. Here they took rook takes d3, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, this is not good. But king takes, and now rook to e8, and I'm like, okay, this is really not good now. Here I could have gone, probably e5 to just slow it down a little bit. I chose rook to c5, rook c4, not good, not good at all. I could have gone, let's see. Okay, so I went rook to c4. Looking back now, I'm thinking rook a4, probably not, because they could go with this. And then this. Oh, no, I could have gone rook to b4. Or rook to a4, rook b4, because... No. No, I couldn't have. Because they don't have to do this. See, I'm just looking at this now. I didn't look at the stuff after. They don't have to do this. They can do this. Okay? And then after... I don't want to go there because they hit with me the same thing. So if I go there, we have this, and it's the same thing. So it's still bad news for me. So good news for my opponent. So I go rook c4, which is still as bad. Because after this, we go here. And then c4, c5. So I have to move. I go rook to d5, queen e4 check. It's bad news. I lose my rook. But here they just take with the queen. They take the bishop. I go here, and... I resigned because I'm just going to lose my rook. I was so upset after this game. But as soon as it was done, I was like, okay, I'm not going to settle for that. I'm going to play another game. It was too bad. But that brought me down to 1072. So I lost 8 points there. Ugh, very frustrating. But again, I just hope that these games, the wins and the losses and everything, just... encourage people, because it doesn't matter how well versed someone is in talking to people, doesn't matter how well they play at a tournament, doesn't matter how high rated they are, or how long they've been a grandmaster or something. This is what people really like to see. They really like to see the real raw stuff, the real raw emotion and the real games that really prove how good of a player you are. I don't know if that made any sense, but it felt right to me. Anyway, I was really upset after this game, but as soon as it was done, I booted up another one, and I will show you right now how that one went. So I will sit up in my chair now. Let's go on to game number 2, playing again with the white pieces. And actually, this game lasted about as long, but here I'm playing Mr. Ishan004. I believe this guy was from the UAE. And my other opponent, by the way, if you're wondering, was from India. So obviously makes sense that he won. Coming into this game, I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm not going to lose. But second, I'm going to just play, I'm just going to have fun, stay calm if I can, and just be, just not overly freak out about the position. So here, I showed up and I played, played b3. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to fall for any, I'm gonna take this guy out of prep. He goes e5, I go bishop to b2. This is what I normally play in blitz, actually, as of lately, just to be less, do less prep, do less theory, so people know less theory. My opponent goes d6, I go e3, and this is the main thing I do. Here I go c3, which is, fine, I didn't have to. They go bishop to a5. I go b4, bishop to b6. At this point, I can castle, I can go knight to d2, I can go a4, I can, queen c2, queen d2 is fine. I go knight to d2, d5, and knight to f4. My opponent, thought way too long. I mean, ridiculous amount of time. I do not know why. But they just spent a long time thinking, and they went queen to d6. And here, okay, I was like, I want to do something with that get rid of their dark square bishop. So I went a4, and they just went bishop to f5, which is, ridiculous. I mean, I guess they just didn't want me to take their bishop, which I wasn't thinking of doing. And also, at first, I thought when I moved my knight and the queen was there, I thought, my knight was hanging, but there's just a pawn there, so that was kind of a funny thing. Okay, so here they moved their bishop and hung their bishop, which is nice for me. Bishop takes a5, pawn takes a5, a6, and here this is great for me. Queen to f6, I take, obviously, and I go bishop takes d5. Now they long castle, and I just go back, because I'm like, okay, they have too many defenders in the center, I need to move back and regroup my stuff. c6. Here, I thought for a little bit, I could go, I don't know, maybe, knight to e4, maybe. Actually, no. Yeah, knight to e4 would be fine, I think. Here I just decided to castle, though, because I'm like, my king is in the open, I don't like that, so I'm gonna move. Knight to d5. Obviously, first thing, I'm taking. I take with the bishop here, or I take with the knight here, rather. And I take with the rook, which I'm like, what? I take here, I go rook to e1, now bishop to d3, and I found this nice move. Queen to f3, hits the bishop, hits the queen. The bishop goes back to g6. I take the queen, and my opponent resigns, I guess, which is funny. Even though I'm up a rook and a queen, which is, I don't know why they would do that. Well, technically, after this, I'm just up a rook. So I don't know why they would do this, but thank you, I guess. But those were the games. I just wanted to make this short, just to document these two, just a win and a loss. But the first game was so embarrassing to myself and to show you guys, but I really feel like I needed to do that because this is what people like to see. They don't like to see just the, oh, this is my win, this is my win, this is my win, this is my win, 15 wins in a row, win. They don't want to see that. At least as far as I'm concerned, they want to see everything. They want to see the ups, the downs, the real, the nitty gritty. If you know what I'm talking about. Let me know in the comments below if you know what I'm talking about, what reference that's from. Yeah, I think that's just what people really want to see is the real, just the real stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to make this too long, but I hope you all enjoyed this, and let me know what other kind of content I should do in the future. I will continue with my normal stuff, and let me know if you have any ideas for stuff and for videos and series maybe in the future as well. That'd be fun to do. With that being said, check out the other videos. You can check out the video here. Check out this video. You can subscribe right around here on my face, or no, it's the PawnStorm logo right there. And check out the website, of course, in the About page. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Maybe it's been around the chessboard.